Talk with Teddy starts now. You pick the topic, I pick the guest. Remember, like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube page, Facebook, and more. You're listening to Talk with Teddy on WLFE DB Radio Network. Please check out our website at WLFE-DB.com. All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Talk with Teddy. We are sitting here with Mr. Johnny Bauer. He is a musician and a singer-songwriter, a friend of mine. We've known each other quite a few years. Our paths have crossed many, many times, many, many moons, as they say. And we're planning on having a great evening here of just talking and a little bit of music. And I can't wait to get into this. Now, folks, remember, on Talk to Teddy, you're on all different types of social media, everything from 4 Facebook feeds, which is live video, plus all audio, which is Spotify, iHeart, radio.com, there's like 9 or 10 of those. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. But so we will do our best to that if you are just an audio listener and not a video listener and watcher, to make sure that we subscribe what we're seeing or doing, or at this point we'll do our best, but no guarantees, folks. You know how that works here. So all right, so Johnny, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks, man. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you tonight.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to it for a while here. This is great. Like I said, we've crossed paths plenty times, and music, it's in the blood, man. We all have it here, you know what I mean? So it's awesome. So and Johnny has a very musical family as well. His son will be joining us at a later date as well, on Talk with Teddy. So look forward to that as well, and hopefully you guys will join us then. So Johnny, let's get right into it if you're ready.
Definitely.
All right. Okay. Very free-flowing show here, just so you know. We are a rated M show. So if you happen to swear, it's no big deal. If you don't, that's no big deal either. Just be relaxed, have fun. That's the only rule I have.
Sounds great.
All right. So, Johnny, you were in Leroy, right? I believe that's where you're.
No.
Where are you?
I'm in Spencerport, New York.
Oh, you're in Spencerport.
Yep.
Well, look at that. I thought you were towards Leroy or something. But that's all right. Hello, Chanel. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Robert. Hello, guys. I see you all popping in here. So, literally, the first question I'm going to ask you is, how did you get involved in all this, buddy? How did you become a singer-songwriter and all that?
Well, you know, I started when I was I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this watch party thing.
I'm doing the same thing, so don't worry about it. I'm doing exactly the same thing because I was having an issue. Hello, Nick. Hello, Linnell.
I will answer that in 1 second.
Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. Thank you, everybody, for popping in here. I do appreciate it. Y'all are great, as usual. And remember, guys, this is our last week of every single night for Talk with Teddy. We are going to Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays only. All right, so no, Robert, Mr. Funny Man, and just so Johnny Bauer is I will make him aware that Mr. Robert White is from Australia, and he is a funny man. That's all I'm going to tell you, and he makes a lot of jokes and a lot of stuff. So he's already started by saying hi. So this is Johnny on the spot.
Nice. Anyways, I can't do the watch party right now. It's too late. But yeah, I started out when I was 3 years old playing with my family band Bauer Power, and which consisted of my father playing guitar, and actually it's his birthday today. He's no longer with us, but then my mom sang, and my brother Chuck played keyboards and bass. My brother Danny played the drums, and my sister and I sang duets together, and I strummed a plastic guitar. I
remember that. Not you plasting with a plastic guitar, but I remember the band. I remember your dad. I remember all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great start, to the music, introduction to the music business, And to be honest with you, at age 15, I started picking guitar. And I started writing music at 15 because I didn't know how to play the guitar. So I just started, like, I wrote the stuff in my head, like the guitar licks, and then I
Hmm.
finally learned how to play it on the guitar. But I broke a lot of strings when I started out, a lot of them.
Yeah, you know how many times I bought a guitar and tried learning, and then ultimately sold the guitar. Just I tried. I just my fingers were not made to do that stuff. They just weren't.
I think that everyone should have the opportunity to learn how to play a guitar
Hmm.
and also piano.
Piano, yes.
Schools, there's no guitar and there's no piano in schools. A lot of schools, it's
Really,
mostly saxophones and just woodwinds, and if you're lucky, there's strings in your district. But
you know
yeah,
what? You're right. I mean, because I was thinking about my own high school, and it was I know there was the standard piano, but I think the teacher played the piano. There was no,
right.
yeah,
And what happened was sometimes people that had their lessons or after school, they're the ones that sometimes accompanied, but they weren't getting instruction from school.
right, right.
So like I said, I mean, the nice thing about a guitar is you can take an acoustic guitar out by the campfire, and it's a nice instrument. You can take it on a plane.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. I just bought a guitar that I can like fold the neck up and take it on a plane with me now. And where the
I
hell
didn't
am
even know they made such a thing.
where the hell am I going now? Yeah, it's called a Voyage air guitar. It's so
Wow.
cool. But I mean,
Wow.
the last trip I was doing, I was going to actually drive. So it wouldn't have mattered. But that got kind of you know, I had some shows in South Carolina. No, yeah, South Carolina, and then it was going to be Florida, but the Corona hit, and then had to cancel it all,
Yeah. That
which
sucks,
kind of
man.
sucked because that was going to be a great trip.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned it backstage. Like I had Elvio on here from Daughtry, and like he was saying, concerts are gone for the year. All this is gone. Can't and it sucks. And that's probably the prime word for it all as entertainers. They're just like it sucks.
Oh yeah,
That's it.
I
It just
mean,
sucks.
you know, I'm a straight shooter. I mean, I'm not gonna bull crap anyone. As an artist, man, I mean, I'll speak for myself.
Right.
Like, I would love to travel, and I'm not, I don't need to be some superstar, but I would love to travel and spread my craft out there,
Yeah.
roots, the roots, grassroots movement, but it's like now I feel for everyone because there's no place to do this craft,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we're,
It's
we're,
getting worse. It's not getting
yeah.
better.
And
Yeah.
it's just, it's tough because our little bubbles in our dreams just popped,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and now we have to regroup. The nice thing about it though is that now you don't have someone putting a gun to your head saying, "Hey, you have to play this Margaritaville. Hey, you got to play Mustang Sally. Hey, you got to play, you know,
Freebird.
Freebird." You do what you do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if people don't like it, they move on. And the nice thing about it too is that you get a captive audience.
Yeah.
When you're doing the
Yeah.
Facebook Live and stuff, people are actually listening to what you're doing. And sometimes it's not good with me because it could sound bad. You're
Well,
like, oh,
social media, Johnny. I mean, it has taken over in some avenues for what we have lost. Or I don't sing much anymore, but what musicians have lost, and I've one of the reasons that I've reached out to you was simply, and some of the past guests that I have, is like I still want them to come, do what they love. I want to give them an arena for it. It may be a short, small arena, but it still gives them some place to do what they love doing. And I just booked a magician too, so it doesn't have to necessarily be, singer songwriters or anything like that. But if you've got a talent, I think like social media, Facebook, Instagram, you have that platform. You can go right out there and do it now. You
well,
know?
I mean, you know how it goes. You know, the Rochester music scene, it's a strong scene,
It
but
is.
but it depends what you want to play. I mean, if you want to play country music, it's a strong scene. If you want to play 80s rock and roll or 90s, it's a strong scene. But those in betweens, there's not as many
Yeah.
places, and you know,
Especially original material,
right.
because original material in the Rochester area has always been a tough scene. As you say, a scene. It's always been tough. Unless you mix in all the, cover tunes and stuff like that, people don't care. They move on. It's always been that way. It's
Yeah,
not like Nashville. You know.
I understand that. Um, you got to be good. I mean,
Yeah.
if your originals aren't good, but what I find is the people that support the clubs aren't necessarily the people that are going to support your act.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know,
Yep.
they might be support the club because they love the club
Or the owner,
or the
or
owner,
because it's
right?
convenient. It could be any other number of things. Yeah.
Right. And the thing is, if they love you for what they want you to do, it's hard to build a career around that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like you're doing what they want you to do, or you're doing what they expect and want you to do, and you
Right.
can kind of back yourself in a corner. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just depends on who you are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
If
with
you're
me,
comfortable with that, then that's fine. But
yeah. But see, with me,
excuse me.
I always like if someone's gonna love you, they're gonna love you for who you are.
Hmm.
If someone's gonna love me, they're gonna love me for who I am, not who they want me to be.
Right.
And
Right.
and when you get little age on you, you learn that. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, I can do a lot of different styles. And I have done a lot of different styles, but there's a certain style that I write or I like to sing or just fits me. You
Hmm.
know, I mean, I love 80s rock and roll. But am I going to sit there and sing it? No, I can't sing it. I mean, I absolutely love it still, but it's not it's not what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life.
I
Definitely.
think you just created a good title for a song, by the way.
What?
When you get a little age on you.
Hey, I like that. That's good.
Yeah, you said it. I just stole it from you. So
I like that. I'm trying
that'd
to
be
think of the. Oh, I have a new title that I'm writing a song with it, and it's called "I've Forgotten More Than You'll Ever Know."
oh my god,
you
that
can
sounds
go,
hilarious.
you can go a lot of places with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
I mean, that's a very open-ended lyric. I've forgotten
Hmm.
more than you'll ever know. Maybe it's someone that had seen something, like a little boy saw his father or a little boy saw his mother. You know what I mean? I've forgotten more than you'll ever know, meaning, you know,
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I just want to take a real short second and just say hi to everybody in the chat room again. Robert White, Chanel, Kathy, Nick, Linnell. Who else we have here? We have Ruth Ann. We have Mike. We have Danielle. We have Ray, Scott, Grant. So you guys that I can see anyways, but there's other there's other feeds that I can't see, guys. So if you have questions and you want to get them across, there's two places you can do it. One is on actually going to talk with Teddy on the Facebook page. All right, so you got to go to the Facebook page on Talk with Teddy. And it's facebook.com/ Talk with Teddy New York or NY. That's the page you have to go to get your questions in. Or you can go to my regular page, my actual page, and because that's where the watch party is. But if you're on WLFE, if you're on some of these other places, I won't necessarily see what you're writing because Facebook is having an issue. Every time that we start this feed for the past week, it says right in the beginning that some feeds are not being seen. Normally, we see them all, but right now there's some issue that we're not seeing them. So I'd like to put out there, let's see, Robert White says, I had a piano in our music class. That's cool. Chanel says, I can play piano, clarinet, and air guitar, LOL. Nick says, I played violin and clarinet.
nice.
Kathy says, piano, clarinet. Tried the flute, but hated it. Linnell says trombone, and I sing.
Nice.
There you go. Sounds awesome. But thanks, guys. Yeah, I actually have a trumpet from when I was 6, sitting in my basement.
See, I mean, that's awesome. Don't get me wrong. But the problem is you can't just go out and play a trumpet, you know?
Right.
I mean, you can't
Unless you're
accompany
Al Hurt
yourself.
or something like that. But yeah.
Well, you know, I'm just saying you
Yeah.
can't play a chord on the trumpet.
Right. So,
But and that's awesome. Don't get me wrong. But that's why I think guitar, you know, or ukulele or, you know.
Chanel, I wanted to play the sax, but I'm very short. That's awesome. Dan,
I'd like to say hi to everyone that's tuning in.
Yeah, go for it.
This is awesome. Well, I just did, I think.
Oh, okay. And Danielle, she says I still have my trumpet too. That's awesome. Christopher Young, I see there's some more popping in over on the watch party. Welcome, guys. So we're sitting here with Mr. Johnny Bauer, and he is a friend of mine. I can still say we're friends, right? And we have him on the show tonight. Guys, go over and check out his Instagram. It's Band of One Johnny Bauer. Go check it out, and you can catch him on there. He said he does have a website, but it's down right now. They're working on it or something. Who knows? But, you know, just check it out. He'll let you know when it's back up. And don't forget to please share this feed tonight with your friends and everybody else out there, and subscribe and all that other stuff. Hello, Desiree. Yeah, your sister's already on here. Check. Man, what is it? Now I got the twins on here. Wonder Twin Powers activate. Ernie Atwell, hello. All right, guys. So, getting back to, let's see. Okay. There's too many things to run at once, Johnny. There really is.
Multitasking.
Yeah, exactly. Chanel says my son is autistic and loves the guitar. So that's
Awesome.
very cool. I know a lot of kids that are autistic. I have a godson that's autistic.
Where's Chanel from?
Chanel, I keep forgetting where you're from. Minnesota? Wisconsin.
Wow.
Something like that. Well, Robert's from Australia.
Nice.
I mean, they're from all over the world. These guys are amazing.
Very cool.
I love them. Yes, Danielle. Whoop whoop. And she got one for him for Christmas. She got him a guitar for Christmas. That's awesome.
Nice.
You need to inspire music. It's one of those things that, as a child, I believe it's one of those things that's very, very important, especially if you have a child that has some type of I don't want to say dysfunction. That sounds
learning
bad,
disability.
Learning disability. It's fantastic. Wisconsin. I was right. Wisconsin. But yeah, it's great. You know, teach them how to sing. Teach them how to bang on pans. You know, whatever.
Yep. That's how my son started out. Ryan.
Yeah, it's good for you. It's good for them. It helps them learn. It broadens the way they think. It actually makes them listen, not just, you know, hear what you're saying and then blah, 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 walk away. I mean, it actually makes them listen. Like they notice things that they've never heard before. And it's just one of those things. Robert says, oh, wrong one. We are a very multicultural group. Yes, you guys are. Nick says, I've got autism myself and managed to start using vocals more often.
Nice.
Beautiful. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Oh my gosh. David. Hello, David Archibald from Leroy, from over there from the Ridge.
Oh, very cool.
That's very cool. How are you tonight, sir? Thank you for joining. All right, so we've already kind of established, you know, why you got into it and all that stuff. I like it, and we talked about the culture, like here in Rochester, but I know you've traveled. You've been to other places and performed.
Yeah, here and there.
Here and there. Is that definitely what you would like to do? I mean, you did say you wanted to, but is that something that maybe as we get older, you might be able to?
Yeah, you know, it's tough. I mean, with the bottom falling out of this whole thing, you know, I mean, there's a lot of people that have to restructure what they do. You know, I mean, instead of playing gigs, I'm out building decks, you know, and I'm basically going to be doing some live streaming from each deck that I build this year.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I need a deck so I know who to call.
The deck tour. I call it the deck tour.
There you go. I want to put one out back, so expect a phone call.
Okay. But yeah, it's as an artist, man, it's just like holding on for dear life right now,
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I've got some new music coming out soon, so that helps out. It kind of gives you the time to do that, and it's giving me time to spend more time with my family and finish
Yeah.
some projects around the house. Um, but we'll
Huh?
see. We'll see what the future holds. The
Right.
road is a very, very, very tough thing to do, and the people that do it, we just got to pray for them and help them out any way we
Yeah.
can, because
Yeah.
it is not
It's
it's a different animal than being a local band.
yeah. Yeah.
And
It's very tough.
anytime you go into another market, you're going against every local band that's their favorite,
Mm-hmm.
in that market. And if you're trying to go in and create a buzz, man, it's a tough thing, you know.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but
Now, how?
oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Sorry. No,
Nope.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Finish what you were gonna say.
Oh, no, that's good. I was
Okay.
gonna say we should do a little music here.
Yeah, we will. We will. Trust me, we will. Um, I was going to ask now, you write, so how many albums do you have, Johnny? Or how many songs if they're not actually
I
albums?
I mean, I probably have 3 or 4 albums, but only like 2 are in print. And
Right. Okay.
but I've got some singles that I've put out. I'm gonna be putting a lot of stuff out. There's a lot of artists out there that record the stuff and never get it out there. They never put it out. They just record it
Right.
and say,
Right.
"Oh, I'll put this out when it's done," but it's never done. So just get it out there.
Chanel's got a long one here. The vibrations are soothing to him. He'd been singing since he was born. With his premature birth, he hated car rides because of his special car seat. The moment I turned on Eagles Hotel California CD, he would stop screaming. For nearly a year, I listened to the Eagles or Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. So I'm
Nice.
saying, music is important. It is very important. It soothes the soul. Hello, John. So, but yeah, that's awesome. Um, so is any of your music available though for people to grab a hold of?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
It's on
cool.
all the musical platforms. Spotify. I'm actually up to 5 monthly listeners.
Hey, you're doing better than me right now.
Hey,
Um,
I mean, our day it was different. I've sold a
oh
lot of.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, not tons of CDs, but I've sold CDs.
I was just talking with who was it? Oh God, I don't even remember at this time. I was talking to a couple other musicians and a club owner and stuff, and we were talking about the old days, um, and how different it was with coming out, the jamborees and
Oh
the
yeah.
live performances and what you had to do and all that stuff. And um, I really missed those days. I hated jamborees. Did you hate jamborees? Because I
No,
hated them.
no, I
Oh,
loved
you
them.
you loved them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I met a lot of wonderful people there. And it was that time that specific time that you could put all your best material out there, and showcase what you did. And
yeah,
when I was younger, like I've been doing jamborees since I was 3 years old.
right.
So it's every Sunday that's what we did. People can't believe that I've gone, been performing that long, but and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
every Sunday the Bowers would be out there, and I mean, I'm 48 now.
yeah.
That
But
was
you know what?
45 years ago.
Yeah, but you came from, you came from like the Partridge Family thing. You guys were all singers and musicians, and it was great. Like I didn't start my career until later in life. In fact, this is gonna sound funny, but it happened to me today. I walked through Walmart and I actually found a cassette player, and I purchased it. and I brought it home just so I could listen to all the damn cassette tapes I had when I first started singing. And some of them were the like early 90s and like 92, 93. And I just sat here for like an hour today and just popped in cassettes just to listen to the stuff that I used to do. And some of it I'm like, oh my God, I sang that? Oh God, why did I ever sing that? Or God, I forgot about that song. When Robin Wilson used to sing with me, loved her voice, and I just found two of her songs. I'm like, oh my God, I remember these days. And my reasoning for hating jamborees, Johnny, so was that whole fiasco of, it wasn't the music, it wasn't the people, it was the, oh God, I gotta go, I gotta do this. We're on for 45 minutes to an hour. It just drags out, and this. It was always just a little bullshit that it didn't really piss me off. It just kind of I just didn't want to do it. But I enjoyed the people, I enjoyed the music, and I usually just stood around the rest of the day at the jamboree anyways, or danced, or talked with people, or drank, and normal country guy type of shit.
It was funny. A couple weeks ago, I did a tribute to the '90s country,
No
and
kidding.
I was bringing songs back from I could barely remember them. It was pretty funny. I mean, the '90s for me in the country music was just couldn't get any better.
Yeah.
It
90s was awesome.
I mean, I feel like an old fart saying that, but when I look at
We are.
when I look at Alan Jackson, just George Strait,
Clint Black.
Clint Black. Did you watch he was on live yesterday, I think it was.
No, I didn't even see that. No.
Yeah. But Clint Black, I mean, everything that guy did, he's just amazing.
He is. He's extremely amazing.
He's one of my favorites.
Mine too.
Marty Stewart, Travis Tritt, these guys are timeless.
Yep.
And the stuff they wrote, Joe Diffie,
Yeah.
it's just,
sadly he passed, but yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like there are some, like Old Dominion are bringing it back. I don't know if you heard
I know
them?
who they are. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are people that are bringing that 90s stuff back,
Yeah.
But you officially know you're old when your favorite music is like 40 years ago, 30, 40 years ago,
Well, I was huge with bands like Kentucky Headhunters back in the 90s. I was huge with
Confederate Railroad.
Aaron Tippin.
Yep. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I mean, there was just so many strong and fantastic artists back then. Martina McBride.
Oh yeah.
Reba McEntire.
Yep.
I mean, there was just so much out there, and God, they were stars, and they were stars. I mean, they were. The glitter, the whole deal. I mean, it was amazing. It was kind of like the '80s rock. It was like it was country's time.
It was real. It was real.
Oh yeah, definitely real. I gotta say hi here to Darlene Angel. She says hi Ted and hi Johnny.
Hello. The thing about it is I'm not gonna bash the new music, but I can say that I feel like the music started writing. The writers started writing for the crowds instead of writing for the song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but
well, it used to be life experiences. It used to be things that mattered.
Now it's all hooking up on a tailgate.
Way.
Yeah, it's about dropping your tailgate down and hooking up.
Yeah.
Or drinking beer sitting on a pier.
It's what the younger generation that's listening to the music right now, that's what they want. They want that catchy little doodad, and the rest of it they don't care about. It's funny because what the hell's his name? John Schneider just came out with an album.
Oh yeah. Did you hear that one
I got it. I bought it.
What'd you think of that one song? I'm like, oh, I can't believe he said that.
Which one?
They're all like that?
Yeah, they're all pretty riding the line, but I love it, to be honest with you. It had that very old country, feel to most of it. His voice, it definitely helps that.
Oh yeah.
some of it's sketchy, with words and stuff, but you know what? Today's world, I love it. And he wasn't afraid to say it. That was the
You
biggest
mean
thing.
sketchy or racy?
Well, yeah, I guess that too.
I mean racy, like holy shit! I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, the world now, there's something for everyone. But all I can say, and this is one thing I'm really realizing more and more and more is, and I was thinking about this today. Your drawbacks are make you who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can't sing like this, or because you can sing like this, that makes you the artist you are.
Mm-hmm.
And people keep trying to chase that new sound. Let's chase the new sound.
Stop chasing it and do your own shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Just if it comes natural, do it.
Yeah. Yep.
But I'm just saying, people are trying to change. Hey, let's throw this tribute band together because no one's done this, or everyone's done it and they have a huge thing.
Right.
And it's like if that's what you love to do, fine. But if you're just chasing that, chasing that next, thing, I mean, I'm just getting too old for that shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about some of that old stuff. I mean, you think about the 80s, and the singers that stuck out, that weren't afraid to say what they wanted to say. Bocephus. I mean,
yeah.
He said what he wanted to say, and he didn't give a shit. Charlie Daniels was the same way.
Yeah. Well, I was talking 80s rock and roll, like hair metal. That was a huge influence of mine too.
Yeah, it was. I mean, all of us had that. I mean, our age, anyways. But I'm talking. It wasn't just, the hair bands or the metal or the rock. It was also in country. I mean, they were all saying what they wanted to say.
Well, yeah, people hated Bocephus because they kept putting him against his dad, and it's like his dad's a traditional artist. Bocephus, is that's Hank Williams. That's Hank Williams Jr. for those that don't know who Bocephus is.
Yeah, I forgot. I should have said that, but yeah. But look at his son. Yeah. Now his son is really, a whole total spectrum.
Yeah. His sister too.
Yeah. So
Holly, I think her name is, right? Holly.
I think so.
Holly Williams, yeah.
Yeah. But you know
She's
what?
got her whole thing.
Music is music, and if you appreciate different genres, if you just like music, you can pretty much take from anything. I mean, I write alternative. I've never written country. I've never written, it's always been an alternative field because that's what I listen to. That's where it came from. It was what I enjoyed. I do have some that people say, oh, it feels kind of country. Well, that's because I made it feel like country because that's what I was doing at the time. But honestly, what I write is not country. It's weird. It's obscure. It's like world music.
I feel like country nowadays, the only thing that deciphers country from any other genre is, first of all, the way they sing it, their accent, and the few lyrics that they put in their songs. I mean, like literally, I could tell you 10 words that are in most new country songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what makes it country. Like my brother sent me a song. The guy's name's Hardy or something like that. I don't know if you've seen him. Zach Wilde from Ozzy Osbourne and Black Label Society was the guitar player on this song Danny, my brother, sent me. Wow. I couldn't believe it. So you're talking, it's like heavy metal with country lyrics.
Yeah, that's weird, but it's out there. I mean, look at all the crossovers. Look at everything that's been happening. I mean, today's pop or today's country's like 80s and 90s pop. Yeah.
Look at Rascal Flatts.
Oh yeah,
Rascal Flatts was 80s rock and roll.
Yep.
To country, and that guy can sing. Wow.
I love it, Linnell. She's like dirt road, beer, truck, and a girl. A girl you can't have.
Hooking up, shotgun in the back. Holler.
Yeah, holler. Yeah, you're kicking ass there, Linnell. Thanks for joining in. We love it.
And I gotta watch my tongue because I don't want to piss anyone off. I mean,
I'm not worried about it on this show.
no, I'm just saying people like what they like.
That exactly.
You know?
So Chris O'Brien is a writer, a singer-songwriter. I've worked with him in the past, and I believe he's still in Nashville or down that way. And he says, "I think you do what is natural when it comes to music." And
There's a lot of people that don't, though. There's a lot of people that don't. They let the trends skewer what they're doing. Trust me.
Right.
And that's why a lot of times I play acoustic guitar. Like 90% of what I do is acoustic, because it's kind of like asexual or what would I say? Like middle. You can't call it rock. You can't call it country. You know,
well, so it'd be like bisexual. It'd be everything. It'd be like everything.
It's I mean, there's no. It doesn't. I mean, you can play a country song, and if you're a rock singer, it's a rock song. You know, if your voice is like that, or you can take a rock song and redo it country just by singing it lower or whatever. Right. You know, and it's just that's why I love acoustic music, because you ever heard these bluegrass bands? You know,
I love bluegrass.
But you ever hear where they play a song like from an 80s rock and roll band, and they have the fiddle on it? They have fiddle. You know, you're hearing this, not hearing. You're hearing the song in kind of like a unplugged way, and you can actually enjoy the song differently. You know, a good song, it doesn't matter how good of a singer you are. You know, if it's a good song, it's going to come through. Like Jamie Johnson.
Oh, God.
You know, listen to his shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's not the best singer. I mean, he doesn't try and be the best singer, I should say. He might be better than that. But he doesn't care. I mean, it's about that.
And his music is, it's timeless. It's got the soul. It's got everything he believes. It's just, it's beautiful music. And you know who else is like that? It's Chris Stapleton. I love his material as well. So it's great. So I think Johnny's itching to play a song. So guys, what do you think? Should we get him to play a song? I do. So, hey, if you're ready, why don't you do one for us?
All right. I'm going to bring it back to the 80s when I wrote, or 90s when I wrote this song.
Okay.
It's called Son of a Gun.
Perfect.
Got a nasty disposition. Don't you cross his path. He's thinking 6-shooter on his right side and tequila on the left. He's 10 paces to the saloon. There's a showdown at high noon. He's a son of a gun, although they say had a heart of stone on the rampage. Didn't care too much about right and wrong. They say he was the son of a gun. They say he was the son of a gun. Will he try to break your spirit with all that love? He's got a 10-gallon hat and long leather chance. He wrote the Western book. I understand he filled his daddy's shoes before he was an outlaw too. He's the son of a gun, although they say had a heart of stone on the rampage. Didn't care too much about right and wrong. They say he was the son of a gun. He's the son of a gun. He didn't care too much about right and wrong. They say he was the son of a gun. They say he was the son of a gun. They say he was the son of a gun. They say he was the son of a gun.
awesome. Awesome. Actually, Chanel came right up. She goes, makes me think of Wild Bill Hickok.
That's good. That's what I wanted, actually, when I first wrote that.
Awesome. Awesome. Nick says, well done. Loved it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Nick.
These the people that I have that follow the show, they love the variety, and that's why I started Talk with Teddy. I want it to be everything. I don't want it to be like the paranormal shows that I do or anything like that. The network that I'm running was essentially developed for that, for paranormal, but I've taken it to a new direction since I have all these. It's in my hands right now. I can do what I want. I love it.
Cheers, everybody, by the way.
There you go.
Cheers.
Yep. But yeah, I actually got a comment here in the watch party from Marcia. She says, we've seen Johnny play at Fanatics a few times, and we really enjoyed listening to him. Lots of fun.
Thank you, Marcia.
Awesome. That's right. So,
does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, if you guys got some questions here. Actually, I thought I saw one up here.
Or does anyone want to, know anything about, have us talk about any subjects with that?
Well, music in itself, like these most of the people in here, they just love music, and I've had, like I said, a couple different styles and stuff, anyways, and they're all very receptive to it all.
Great.
And great example, "Stairway to Heaven." This song has been sung by numerous musicians from Dolly to Led Zeppelin. It has, and Dolly Parton's version of that, I actually
I have not heard.
For that purpose.
I haven't heard it.
I bought the song just for that purpose.
Yeah, actually, have you seen her show at all on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
You got to check it out. It's like a show. She takes her songs, and they do Netflix or movies to it.
Oh, really?
They had Jolene. Yeah, it's really
kidding.
cool. Yeah, and then
Wow.
she acts on it, and all these other actors are on there. It's really, really cool.
Cool.
She's amazing.
Oh yeah, she is. And I was going to ask you, because we were talking about some of the great musicians from the past that where this all generated from and stuff. When Kenny Rogers passed, Kenny Rogers was one of those that we listened to here all the time. His music had a big influence on me, and Coward of the County. I mean, everybody heard that song. In fact, they made a movie about it, and and him and Dolly singing together, and he had a big influence for me. Did he have an influence on you as well?
Yeah, he was one of those guys, that, I mean, there are these country artists that are not, you can't put them totally in country and you can't put them totally into rock, and he was one of those crossovers.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of those crossover artists, and there's a lot of artists, like Eddie Arnold was the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was country, but he wasn't. If you listen to his music, my dad loved all that kind of stuff, like Kenny Rogers, just the big band kind of stuff and the jazzy kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta know when to hold them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, The Gambler.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What a song,
Yeah. Yeah, he had a lot of them, and it's just that stuff hit home at that time period for a lot of us. That's what the movies were on TVs or TV series. Was a lot of that stuff. It's kind of like the generation before us that was listening to the Partridge Family.
And you know what's funny? That reminds me of Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
That Any Which Way, or what was that thing where they're, I can't remember the show, but it was like a 70s, where they were Every Which Way You Can, that was 80s, I believe. But just that, Smokey and the Bandit, those kind of artists.
Yeah.
Wayland.
Jerry Reed, man.
Yeah.
Wayland.
I mean,
yep.
I mean, I can tell you right now, Chris Stapleton, a lot of his stuff sounds very Waylandish.
Unique voice, unique way of writing. And he started as a writer, not a performer.
Yep.
So, and that was one of those other things that music kind of evolved to, is instead of the writer just being silent, I mean, This guy has, now first off, if you don't know who Chris Stapleton is, the guy has got a fantastic voice. The range is unbelievable, first off. And I'm so impressed with him. But he started out as a writer, now he's a performer and singer, and I think it was the best thing that his label could have done, was to say, hey, we want you out there. We want you
And
doing
he's
this
the real deal.
Yeah.
I think people are sick of these cardboard cutouts,
Yeah. Danielle over here says, well, we're going to have to say where was, because right now COVID, but where was your favorite place to play, and what artist influenced you the most?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the artist, everything influences me. When I first started out, it was Elvis Presley.
Yep.
Then it went to Kiss. I'm talking Elvis Presley was at like age 5. Kiss was age 8. And then it went to 80s rock and roll. Who would like Dokken, a band called Dokken.
I remember Dokken.
Loved Whitesnake, was one of my favorites. White Lion.
Yep.
Who else? I mean, I loved Dio and Ozzy, and then one of the local radio stations. Actually, no, that's not how it goes. I'm going to get some hate mail for this. But basically, I remember I used to watch MTV, and every new Headbangers Ball every Saturday I would watch. And they'd have all these new artists that came on there.
Yep.
And I'll never forget that Adam, what was his name now? One of the talk show hosts got on there on MTV. Kurt Loder said in the 90s, he said, 80s rock and roll or hair metal is officially dead. And then he played Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. Yeah. And oh my God, when that hit, I'm like, what the hell? And it's hard when people listen to this, they're, if you love the 90s, you're going to hate what I say. But the bands I loved from the 90s was Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, who else? Soundgarden. Those were my 3. Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden. All the other ones, I'm like, what the hell is this?
Right.
Right. I like 90s better now, but back then it was like fighting words, because it screwed up my whole 80s rock and roll, So, but basically, where am I going here? Oh, so then, there was a radio station, a local radio station. I'm not actually going to mention it.
That's fine.
But they started playing the same old shit. Like everything was the same old shit. Right. And I can only hear the Hooters so many times before I say I got to turn this shit. So at that point I said, look, I'm not into this 90s shit. So I said, I'm going to just go into country. I'm going to go back into country. So this woman named Sandy, you probably know her. I'm trying to think of her last name. But anyways, Sandy Daly and Lenny, I think is her ex-husband's name. He says, you got to check out this dude. His name is Vince Gill. You would sing, you would love him, and it totally sounds like you as an artist. So I started listening to Vince Gill, and I'm like, holy shit, this guy doesn't have a twang to his voice.
Right.
Like, I don't have a twang to my voice. So, it fits, And I started listening to Vince Gill, and I loved his guitar picking. I mean, just absolutely amazing.
One of the best.
Yes.
One of the best.
And then I started listening to all the 90s country guys.
Yeah. Actually, we got a couple comments here. Kathy DeGraw says, like, for today, one of her favorites is Brantley Gilbert. It's her favorite. And then we're
he's a
going
writer.
down.
He's a writer too.
Yeah. Going down to Tom Naley. He says hair metal lives forever. Chris O'Brien says after the hair metal, I got into country for 5 years straight.
See, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And I loved Marty Stewart. You know, he was that. He's not country, but he's not. He did his own thing. Yeah, he did his own thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I loved, I loved Steve Warner. Who else?
Colin Ray.
Colin Ray was one of my. In this life, I was loved by you.
What an amazing song! First off, I mean that guy was so he is so fucking talented.
Yeah, he's just his voice, man. I tell anyone, if you want to learn how to sing, I mean really sing, listen to Colin Ray.
Yeah, he was
and then you can sing whatever the hell you want to sing. Once you learn how to sing like that guy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he could just take his voice, and you know what? I mean,
and it was soothing. I mean, it wasn't rough. It wasn't.
When I first heard him, to be honest with you, I got very bored. I loved his voice, but I got bored of his music. But then I started really listening to his music. And that guy, I mean, he can't play a fast song to save his ass.
No.
I mean, if someone held a gun to his head and said, "Look, you better play a good fast song or you're dead," he'd be dead. But I didn't care.
Yeah.
Another one was Brian White.
Oh my God!
What a freaking
Kevin Sharp. I love Kevin Sharp.
Yeah.
There are so many artists that we could sit here all night. To be honest,
and people would be bored as hell.
Yeah.
No, but I think people should go back to some of these artists and check them out. I mean, they're, just because shit's new doesn't mean it's great.
Right.
But I mean, it's whatever you like. I mean, the thing I would tell people to do, and this is what my legacy I would leave with anyone, I would say, don't just listen to the radio. Like the stuff because you like it, not because it's been driven in your head. It's the same way with media, same way with everything. Don't believe everything you hear or say or heard said or watch, because it's not. I'm not trying to do this conspiracy theory thing, but just because you say something doesn't mean it's right.
Exactly. Yeah, I hear that stuff all the time. Trust me. But you're absolutely right. And there's so many obscure artists out there that had one-hit wonders.
Oh yeah.
That were
the artists amazing. I listen to right now, you would have never heard of. They're all B and C artists.
Yeah. But there's so much out there. I was listening to Steve Holy. I was like, I know he's not an older artist, but
he's great.
Great stuff.
I can't think of the songs he did. But there's a lot of them out there, man.
Yeah.
Another one is that You Take Me Places I've Never Been. What's that guy? You take me places I've never been. Travel the world and back again. I can't think of his name.
I can't either. Great. Now you got me stumped.
Yeah. Talks about Montego Bay in there, but
yeah. God, now you're.
But Keith Urban, I know there's a guy on here from Australia, but man, that guy's amazing. There's another guy I absolutely love. I actually bought his a guitar that's his model, and his name's Tommy Emmanuel, and he's like a Chet Atkins kind of guy.
Really?
He's a prodigy. Oh yeah, yep. And if you ever get a chance to check him out, he's just amazing. Tommy Emmanuel.
Yeah, I will. That's amazing. I'm sitting here. You've kind of like hit something in my mind because I'm wandering now because I'm thinking about all the artists that I used to love and listen to and what really influenced me. I mean, yes, Nick. In fact, he was just talking about one down at the bottom. Elton John influenced me. And even though he wasn't country, he still influenced me. Queen, there was just so much. I mean, I was raised with Elvis Presley, Captain Tennille.
Yeah.
The Carpenters. I mean, I was, raised with all that stuff. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they were writers. They
Captain
were
and
people that
Tennille.
had real songs. You know what I mean? It wasn't, I don't know. And some of the bad boys and big band I was listening to. So there was always a lot of influence. There was a song called "Tongue Twisters" by Danny Kaye that I loved. People are like, "Who the hell is Danny Kaye?" Look him up. Look
See,
him
that's
up.
the see that's the thing though. I mean, it's like, you know, like this stuff that we listened to in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s and
Yeah,
whenever. I mean, that stuff is still applicable today.
yeah.
That's still, just because it's not playing on the radio station doesn't mean it's not killer.
I've always thought that there was songs that were because you always hear like radio hosts from like a radio station say, "Oh, the song is before its time," and you know what? It might be. So if you go back and you listen to a song that was written 20 years ago and you play it today, it very well could have just you know started today and came out today, even though it was written 20 years ago. I mean, yes, Marcia, Clint Black. Her and I went to Clint Black together, so that was amazing. I
Right.
love Clint. He is such an artist. He made a big influence on me. Um, yes, Jeff Healey, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh yeah.
There was Jeff Healey was huge for me, by the way. But yeah, there was a lot. So John Denver. Oh my God, John Denver. Come on, Johnny, John Denver. You got that guy.
I'm laughing about when you said he was huge for you. He must have really liked you.
Funny man. Fun. No, who knew? Who knew Johnny had a sense of humor? Oh, and Garth Brooks. Now you're talking about a guy that influenced several generations of people, and he still is today.
Wait a minute. Let's forget Garth Brooks. What about Chris Ledoux, buddy?
Oh my God. See, you have to bring
That's
up Chris Ledoux. Like that is like the guy. See, my family has they were part of the whole reason Attica Rodeo exists. They were one of the founding fathers for it.
nice.
And so it's always been in my family. And Chris Ledoux and songs about cowboys and all that stuff
Yep.
has always been an influence on my family. And Chris Ledoux, This Old Hat. Oh my God, what a song. I mean, there was so many things. So guys, if you don't know who Chris Ledoux is, please look it up. And yes, he's passed, but his son is now doing his
Oh,
material.
huh.
Yeah,
Hey,
his son is doing a lot of
check
that.
out a song called "There's a $5 Fine for Whining."
I forgot about that song. That's a great song.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
I think
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
Chimera told me about that one.
Yeah, that's a great one. Sure. We're getting a request for Johnny Bauer to sing again.
Okay. Sounds
So
good.
pick a song and go for it, man. Who cares what it is? Kathy DeGrasse says, I love the Woodstock stuff. The 60s were awesome. Well, you have a connection to that period, so yeah, that's awesome. David Bowie, love. What the hell was that song by David Bowie? Golden. Shit. I
Golden
don't know.
Shed. Yeah, I know that one.
No,
Golden Shed.
but it was one of my. I can't think of it, but yeah, he was an influence. Janis Joplin. Don't get me started on Janis Joplin.
Can I tell you my take on Janice?
Okay.
I'm going to really piss off people with this one. I absolutely love Janis Joplin, but I don't like people that try and sing her songs all the time. It's like smoke 10 packs of cigarettes, then go sing Janis Joplin. But just growl in your voice, sing it like you sing it, like Faith Hill sang it. She did it so far from Janis Joplin.
And it wouldn't hurt to take a hit off a good big fat joint as well, just so you know.
My favorite Janis Joplin is when she was in her, I don't know if she was a teen or what, but there's some videos out there where it wasn't this I'm strung out Janice.
Yeah.
It was, holy shit, this is her at her finest.
Yeah.
At her,
Well, Bette Midler did a hell of a good job in the movie for that portrayed her. And I'll be honest with you, Bette Midler was one that brought back some of Janis Joplin's stuff, and it really influenced even me still today. I mean, I bought the movie just because I loved Janis Joplin, and Bet did such a great job at it. Bobby McGee. I knew as soon as we said Janis Joplin, somebody was going to put Bobby McGee up there. But yes, I have a friend. I think Johnny, you know her too. Um, Bonnie McDowell.
Oh yeah.
Big Bobby McGee. She did that. She did fantastic singer. I've been trying to get her on the show, but she's retired. I've been trying to get her, but she's like, no, I'm not doing it anymore.
Well, once you get decommissioned,
Mm-hmm.
you know how it is. It's hard to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, music can be an addiction. And I think there's a lot of people out there right now jonesing. They have no place to play. There's musicians that don't. What do you do if you're a bass player? You're social distancing with a. You can't get on here and do the stuff we're doing.
Well, unless you have that ability to do both. I mean, look at Joe Tremero. We were just talking about Joe. It's like he plays a whole bunch of instruments, and he's able to do that.
But I'm saying a bass player of a band.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they're jonesing because what the heck do they do right now? I mean, some of them play guitar, but I'm just saying they can't. Yeah. Or a drummer. What the hell's a drummer do? I could pick up an acoustic and play.
20 minutes to Wipeout?
Sorry,
guys. You're a drummer out there. I'm sorry. I was being a smart ass. Don't hate me.
No, but I feel for these guys because guys that write songs, they need someone playing drums. They need someone playing guitar. All right. Well, let me see if I got another song in me, I guess. All right, so I'm going to do one that's actually the title of one of my albums. And this is actually available on Spotify and iTunes and all that good stuff. Here we go. I actually forgot it. Down at the station, there you wait for me, bringing home my love, and then I just can't wait. Well, I've been gone for a little while. I miss your funny faces and that little smile, and all I need is you right next to me. All I want is the woman that I love. How about this day out in history? Let these words roll off my tongue. I love you, girl, you're my whole world, and I know you are the one. And on this day in history, Lord looked down and said, I think we're ready for the road to lie ahead. For the road to lie ahead. Hey baby, what you say? Let's take this town. We got nothing stopping us, so let's hit the ground. There's no place that I'd rather be than with you, girl. Everything you do to me, you rock my world. And all I need is you right next to me. All I want is the woman that I love. I might stay out in history when these words roll off my tongue. Well, I love you, girl, you're my whole world, and I know you are the world. And on this day in history, the Lord looked down and he said, I think they're ready for the road to life ahead. For the road to life ahead. Whoa, yeah, yeah. I'll mark this day down in history with these words rolled off my tongue. I love you, girl, you're my whole world, and I know you are the world. And on this day in history, the Lord looked down and he said, I think we're ready for the road to life. Hey. For the road to life. I'll mark this day down in history. Well, I love you, girl, you're my whole world.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
I like that. That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's got a little Keith Urban influence into it.
Yeah, it's. I didn't even think about that till now you just said it. But yeah, it's cool. Let's see. Kathy DeGrasse says I have Spotify. I'll have to look you up, which is cool.
Cool, very cool.
Yes, Cindy, I see what you were saying there. My co-host for my other show. What the hell's, you truly have made the rest of my Friday night with your music. Great job, says Nick.
Thanks, Nick. Is he the one from Australia?
Nope. Robert's from Australia.
Where's Nick from?
Nick, where are you from, buddy? Cindy, actually, what was the name of that song that you just played?
Oh, it was called The Roads That Lie Ahead.
And that's available on, is that available on Spotify?
Yeah, it's available everywhere.
Okay, it's available everywhere. All right.
It's funny because one night I was singing the song, and you ever have something pop in your head and you're like, what the hell? I got to get this out of my head. And I was thinking to myself, it sounded like I was singing The Roads to Lionhead. Roads to Lionhead. Instead of The Roads That Lie Ahead.
Oh, that's awesome. Chris O'Brien says, I feel like you'd fit in down here in Nashville. Hopefully when things open up, maybe you could do a writer's round down here.
Yeah, that'd be great. I've done some writers rounds down there. It's man, I tell you, you want to come back to town with your tail between your knees, just go to Nashville.
Yeah. Done it.
They'll hand you it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Done it. Nick says he's from Chicago.
Oh, very cool. I have never been there yet.
Yeah, I haven't been to Chicago either. And Cindy says love it. She loves the song.
Thank you, Cindy.
Go buy it. You can buy it right on Spotify or wherever. All those places. Marcia says, when this is all over with, we will take you to Fanatics to hear him next time. Oh, so Stephen Brandt says, great song. I can't believe I've never heard of you. And Marcia actually said, when this is all over with, we will take you to Fanatics to hear him the next time he's down there.
Take who?
She's going to take this Stephen Brandt to come and see you.
Oh,
play.
okay. I thought she was going to take me to go see you.
No. Nick says, "What? You guys never come down? I've never been to Chicago. Never been there." He
Oh,
said,
it's
"Whenever we
not
come
that I
down,
don't
he'll."
want to.
He says, "If we ever go, he'll show us around." He said,
That sounds good.
"Sounds like a plan."
There's Big Ben again. There's Big Ben again. That would be me. That would be me.
Cindy says, "I just played Pokemon Go last year in Chicago." Well, great.
I have never played that.
She got me to play Pokemon Go for like a month, and then I finally had enough.
All right, listen. Now, what I want to know right now is I'm going to ask everyone a question, including you.
Oh, here we go.
And I'm going to tell you mine. Okay. What is your favorite video games of all times? Because I remember going to places and people would put their cigarette on the edge of the freaking video game and just play all night long. You know, let that cigarette burn the freaking, the video game. So I want to know, what is your favorite video game? I'm talking from yesteryear. You want to hear mine? Let me get yours first. So comment with your favorite video game.
Okay, so I don't think I had a favorite because I just like pinball. So I played.
Oh, that's lame. That's lame.
I'm sorry, but it's true. I wasn't into Pac-Man. I wasn't into. Oh, wait a minute. What was that called? Galaxia?
Yes. Galaga and Galaxian.
So, yes, Galaga I was into. I love that.
Yep. Space Invaders, Galaga. Centipede. How could you forget Centipede?
Yeah, I didn't like Frogger either.
No?
No. But we're getting answers like Pac-Man, Battle Axe, Mrs. Pac-Man, Tetris, Galaga. What is Tide? I've never heard of Tide.
No, me neither.
That Dungeons and Dragons one that was almost like playing a video.
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
Ask him if it was Gauntlet. I like that one too.
Okay, Robert in Australia. Gauntlet. Is that what it was? And Nick says, I got all those. Oh, Saxon?
I don't remember that.
Dig Dug?
Yeah. That was a great one. Dig Dug.
What was the one with the ape?
Donkey Kong. And then it turned into Sonic or something? No, what'd that turn into? Oh, Mario Brothers. Mario Kart and all that shit.
Well, see, I did like Mario Brothers. I like that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, come on.
Doom. Oh, my God. Super Mario 1985.
Nice. Yeah, I loved Pac-Man. I beat Pac-Man on the Nintendo. What was it? No, Atari 2600.
Yeah. See, I just got a brand new PS4.
Oh yeah. See, I can't play video games though. I just can't.
Oh, Space Invaders! I love Space Invaders.
Oh, there we go.
Love Space Invaders.
See, I can't sit in front of a TV. I just go nuts.
Tom, you suck. Guitar Hero. I don't think that was in a. No, I think that was a game that you could play now. I don't think that was in a.
It was so funny. I was at a party and someone's like, "Man, you're a phenomenal guitar player. Let's try and play this game." I freaking lost so bad. I can't play that shit.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero.
Good night, Marcia. Thank you for popping in. She's your biggest fan, by the way. So
like me on Facebook.
That's right. Go like him on Facebook. Go find Johnny Bauer on Facebook. Yes, Linnell, we did just give away our age. You were absolutely correct. Cindy.
Where's Linnell from?
Linnell, where are you from, dear? Ever watch Seinfeld with George Mimic Frogger? Yes.
I was just talking about Seinfeld today. And I don't know about you, but like when that was actually out, I hated it. I never wanted to watch it.
I've watched reruns. I didn't like it when it came out either.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I watched the reruns. Did you see the part where George put on a wig? a toupee.
Oh yeah.
And he was dating a woman that was bald.
Yeah.
And
It was
he's
great.
telling Elaine, but she's bald. And Elaine goes, "You're bald." And then she ripped off his wig or hairpiece and threw it out the window.
Yeah.
She goes, "I liked you better when you were bald."
Yeah.
And anyways, you have to watch, if you have Netflix, everyone out there, you got to watch Jerry Seinfeld on Netflix. His special is, I was laughing my butt off.
Hello, Lisa. She's gonna open it tomorrow. Save one for me. What are you talking about? What did I miss?
I don't know. That sounds
Tom,
weird.
I do not need to put on a toupee. Go away, you little bastard.
No, you got a hat.
I got a hat. I got several of these.
It's a cheaper.
Exactly. Now, he put something up here. Let me see if I can find it. He said, the sun is sinking in the west. The cattle go down to the stream. The redwing settles in the nest. It's time for a cowboy to dream. Purple light in the canyons. That's where I long to be. With my 3 good companions, just rifle, pony, and me.
Did he write that?
I don't think so. I think that is from... I know it. I know it. It's a cowboy song. It was. I think I saw it in a movie or. Yes, I think it was on a John Wayne movie, if I remember correctly. Am I right? Am I right, Tom Nally? Nick Moulay says game over. So come on, what was it? Tell me. That's the only thing about Facebook comments I hate. It takes too long.
I know.
But yeah, I think that was a part of. Was it Rio Bravo?
You ever
Rio
see one
Bravo.
of those? Nice.
Got it.
You could be my phone a friend, man. If I'm ever on the missing link or whatever the hell it is.
I'm a huge John Wayne fan, man. There's 2. Well, John Wayne, Godzilla, sci-fi horror, werewolf, vampire. Pretty much that's it. So how about singing like a cover tune? What was one of your favorite cover tunes?
Let me think of something that's not.
Thank you, Cindy. Cindy, you got to make sure that you watch Dead City Collective from last night. It was awesome. The weakest link. You are the weakest link. You know, as much as we talk about old music and artists that influenced us, you know, some of the, and I think they get overlooked a lot, the female artists really had some material that they wrote that could actually be both male, female, and there was just so many talented female writers.
Patty Loveless. I heard her unplug of "You Don't Even Know Who I Am," and oh my lord,
Was it awesome?
what? Oh wow,
Yeah, it had to be.
One of my favorite artists too is Hale Ketchum,
Love Hale.
and yeah, so I'd like to do one of his tunes.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
All right, here we go. There's an Elvis movie on the marquee side. We've all seen it at least 3 times. Everybody's broke and Teddy's got a buck to put $1 worth of gas in his pickup truck. We go 90 miles an hour down the road. What's the hell song? Where you gonna go? We're gonna holler at the moon, shoot out the light. It's a small town Saturday night. It's a small town Saturday night. Lucy's got a lipstick on a little too bright. Bobby's getting drunk and looking for a fight. Liquor on his breath, troubles on his mind. Along for the ride. Nice, just screwed me up. We go 90 miles an hour down the same little side, pushing pedal to the metal for they change their mind. We're gonna holler at the moon, shoot out the night. It's small town Saturday night. Holler at the moon, shoot out the night. It's a small town Saturday night. It's a small town Saturday night.
I was back here. I didn't mean to screw you up, buddy. I was back here like singing the harmony. I'm like, God, I should have just. Chris O'Brien's great song, "Hail Ketchum." I do a few of his songs. That being one of them. Great.
Man, where's he from? Chicago?
Chris O'Brien's actually in Nashville.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, sometimes I'm Facebook friends with these people and, you know, we never talk. So it's really cool to do this because it's great connecting with people. You know, that's one thing I'd like to say. If tomorrow I could never meet another person, you know, a different person and share their story, share my story with them, I'd die.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's killing me about this lockdown.
Yeah.
You know, meeting new people, you know, and just traveling to different places and just learning their culture and meeting their, you know, the different people that perform there. You know, it's just you automatically have a bond there, you know.
Yeah. So you and Cindy are Facebook friends.
Awesome.
So, and Chris O'Brien's mentioned songs like "Lucy Is Just a Kid," "Mount Juliet," songs like that. So, oh, you have been friends for years, according to her.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you know, Hal Ketchum was one of those guys, that multi-talented guy, had some great music, but didn't last very long. You know, I mean, it's like the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
Well, I mean,
one of my all-time favorites.
I met the guitar player in Nashville.
Yeah. I had the chance to work with Lone Star. I thought those guys were amazing. Phenomenal. And I wish I had the range that guy had.
Well, Hal Ketchum actually has MS, I believe.
Yeah.
So I think he had to kind of get out of it a little bit here.
Yeah.
You know?
But like I'm not talking bad about any of them. I think Hal Ketchum was awesome. I used to do "Hearts Are Gonna Roll." It was one of my favorite songs by them. Or him, excuse me. Yeah, there are musicians and singers that made records that what you know, this kind of brings us back. What do you think about the whole thing with records coming back?
I think it's good because CDs are out. You know?
Yeah. Yeah,
The
it's nice to
problem
see
is-
record players. It's nice to see records, you know?
Yeah, the problem is it's like my son. My son is cutting edge music right now. You know, I mean, he's young. He's producing what is hot now, and it's what he loves. You know,
Right.
and I absolutely love it. You know, and I stick behind him full force. You know, but what I was going to say is he's selling hoodies and T-shirts. You know, he's not selling his music. He's selling everything but his music. You know, and unfortunately now that's how it works. People don't buy music. They buy widgets. You know? They buy your posters. They buy your koozies. You know, they buy your hats. They buy your shirts. You know, but they don't buy. they don't buy music, you know.
Right.
And when people get pissed off about it, it's like, you know, you're not gonna change that,
No.
you know. So it's kind of interesting the way it works, because if you think about it, there's not a lot of, how can I say this? There's not a lot of incentive for people to write music anymore because they're not selling it.
Right.
You know, and people can say, well, you can get it on movies, you can get it on this and that, but it's a small percentage of people that are getting movie soundtracks and stuff.
Mm.
You know, it's not like, you know, in Spotify, you get like 0.00006 cents.
Yeah.
You know, I can't even fathom what the hell that means,
Yeah.
to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
And that's the way it is, though. I mean, a lot of this stuff is that way. I mean, you know, I run the network here for John, and there's so many things that I have to look at, and between the ratings and how much money comes in, and you know, from commercials and this and that and everything else, and there's a lot of times I think, why are we even doing it? Because, you know, we just made 0.001, you know, on one ad, and then we may have gotten like 16 cents on another, and it's like, okay,
You have to
whatever
claim that.
that means.
You got to
Uh,
report that to the IRS.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. All of it. That whole penny or half a penny or whatever the
Yeah.
hell it is. Yeah. Yeah. So it's all just whatever, you know.
Well, you
But
got to do it because it's something that's in your blood, you know,
yeah. Yeah.
and
Yep.
you know, and that you're passionate about. You know,
Yeah.
my thing is this: if you're passionate about something, that's what I want to see.
Yeah. Do it.
I
Do it.
don't care if I like it or not. If you put passion into it, people see that passion. But if you're doing stuff like, I don't know about you, but have you ever done something you just, everyone wanted you to do it, but you just did not want to do it and you couldn't do it?
It's actually coming up for me, Johnny. I got put on the spot the other night. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Uh it's a charity event. Um I was asked. I had a drag queen on my show, a few of them, and it's for a handful of us to dress up and drag to do this and do a show to raise money for cancer or whatever it was. And there's a bunch of us from Pennsylvania to New York to wherever, and we're all going to meet at some place and we're going to do this show. And I'm just like, I'm not shaving, so you better figure it out, you know, and all this stuff. And I'm like,
That's what I was thinking.
yeah, I like figure it out because I ain't shaving. And there's like all this stuff running in my mind. It's like, I really don't want to do this, but it's kind of like peer pressure. But am I going to have fun? Most likely. We're all going to laugh about it. But later on down the road, I might be going, oh no, hide that picture. Don't ever bring that up. You know, but I don't know. I find people, like what you were saying, if they have a passion, they should do it. I find what they do, whether I like it or not, I can at least respect their passion, their desire for this, you know. And Tom Naley, I do not want to do drag. Stop it. He's one of them, and you're doing drag too, you bitch. Anyways, it's amazing how many people have a talent and something they have a passion for, and it just gets overlooked, one by themselves, two from the people that see it. And I don't care if you are able to take a pen and paint the smallest like scenery on it. You know, if that's your passion, shit, I'd buy your pen. You know, I think it would be awesome. You know, if you have that ability. So whatever your passion is, I think you should do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Um,
And the thing about it is be proud and be bold, you know? I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is, no one, you know, it's kind of like no one got anywhere without saying,
yeah.
this is the shit, you know?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
what I do.
I mean,
Like
if
it
you-
or love it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if we were really to nitpick and think about all this shit, where do you think airplanes came from? Where do you think that half the shit that we have that we take for granted came from? It was somebody's idea, somebody's passion,
Yeah.
and that's why we have them. You know?
The problem is, though, Ted, is that people, I'm not going to say everyone, but it's the path of least resistance. I mean, that's how it works.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so many of us, and I'm including me, you know, that's why
We're all
I give
guilty of it.
credit. I give credit to people. You know, I have friends that all they do is play music for better or worse. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, I can't do that. You know, and I give them so much credit. And I'm jealous of that in one sense because I can't make that sacrifice.
Right.
You
Right.
know, I can't do it. I mean, I've got a family, I've got a lot of bills to pay, you
Right.
know, but I tell you, you call, you know, people that calls me out as an artist,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But the thing I will say is liberating for me is not having to do it for money and just write what you write. I mean, there's a liberation in that
Yeah.
because
Oh
you're
yeah.
not sitting here worrying about making your living off of it. You know,
Right.
you can do what you want to do and make your money elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely. Definitely. I mean, it's funny because let's see, 1985. See, I'm definitely going to date myself here. So, 1985 was when I graduated from high school. 1986 was when I started doing my research in the paranormal, and 1993 was the first band I was ever in. And from 1993 to 2018, I was involved in music one way or another. And so my paranormal stuff kind of took the back seat a little bit, but it was secondary. It wasn't first. But then you get a job because you need money to go do this and do that. So then the job becomes number one, then the band comes number two, then the paranormal
No.
comes number three. So you prioritize, but you don't give up. I mean, you just don't. You just continue on what you're doing. You do the best you can. So yes, Nick or Tom, in 1985 I graduated and you were only 15. Thank you for harassing me. But it's I've always truly believed that if you have a passion, if you have something that you love to do, even if you have to put it on hold for a little bit, just make sure you go back to it because it's what's in your blood.
Yep.
I mean, I'm gonna bring it up again, but I have friends that are drag queens that actually had to. I mean, they were making money as drag queens at night, but they worked a full-time job during the day. And sometimes it didn't match up because they were out till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. They had to go home and get a 2-hour nap to go right to work at 7 a.m.
I've
But they
been
did
there.
it because of the passion. They did it because
Yep.
it's who they were. Kathy says, there's things I do and I've put out there multiple times over the years, but no one is interested or they just aren't into it. But you know what? It doesn't matter whether they are or not. It's you. If that's your passion, if that's what you love, do it.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
And not just that, become great at it. Do it multiple times. You know, I listen to this guy named Gary Vanderchuck, and he was talking about, you know, everyone wants everything overnight. You
Yeah,
know,
it doesn't happen.
write 100 songs. You know, write hundreds of songs. You know, keep writing. Write every single day. Write lyrics down. You know,
Yep.
books the same way. You know, put your thoughts down. You know, it's
And
not
it's easy
something.
with books
The
today.
first time isn't going to be good
Yeah.
necessarily,
Yeah.
you know, but you know, it kills me because people say, well, I wrote one song, and it's like, that's great. You wrote one song, keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I wrote 2 books. I'm working on my third.
Awesome.
I've got 7 planned. And it's something I always wanted to do. I started it, and now I'm going to finish it. I have the opportunity. Where am I going to go? You know what I mean? Where am I going to go?
Believe it or not, the books are the things that are selling.
Yeah.
Seriously, every artist in the world, every musical artist in the world right now is putting out a book
Yeah.
because they can't sell their CDs.
Yeah. And you can get it on Kindle. You can get it, as a
Yep.
regular book. You can get it on everything. There's so many outlets.
I
And
can
writing a
guarantee.
book is so easy.
Yep. I can guarantee you they're making more money on their book, a lot of these people, than their music now. Lou Gramm just put out another book.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called, but
I don't either. But I actually reached out to him about being on the show.
very
So
cool.
yeah, so I mean, I love this platform that I have with Talk with Teddy, and yes, I've been doing it every night, but I've had to slow down because of other things in my life have become a little more hectic. You know, taking care of my parents and running the actual network right now is killing me. I'm only getting 2 to 4 hours of sleep a night, and because I can't go back to work right now, it kind of this is what I'm left with. But you know, I love this. I love the platform. I love bringing on artists, no matter what it is, and you know, it's amazing. And Johnny, thank you. I mean, I really want to say that because we tried for a month or something, a couple weeks, you know. So, but I'm glad you finally came because
Uh,
it's been such a blast having you here.
Thank you for doing this. You know, it's awesome, man. I appreciate it. I know it's a lot of work. It's a labor of love, that you're doing. And, I raise my hat or tip my hat, to people like you because this is a freaking job and, you don't get paid for it.
No,
It's,
I don't.
do they do any tip
No,
things or?
we the way our network, like the way this works right here, is this is all based on commercials. It's all based
Okay,
on like we have outlets and we're affiliated with certain things, and when the network when they coop money from commercials and that goes to the network, that's how it works
good,
basically. So,
good.
but it's great. I just love the interaction. Like you and I have been friends for a while, but we just never sat down and talked like this.
I
Of
know.
all the years we've known each other, we have never done this.
And it's a great interview too because I've had other interviews where it was just lame. The
Yeah.
people don't know how to interview.
Right.
And you get on there. I mean, in the beginning of this interview, it was a little awkward just because, getting used to everything.
Right. Right.
It's like the
And
first
it's
song.
awkward. It's awkward because you and I have not really spoken and seen each other in a long time, and we were kind of doing the same thing for the
That's
for the
good
longest
though.
time.
That's good though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we can relate. That's why. I mean,
I
we
mean,
knew what it was.
if we were that close and we sat there and talked, we'd just be talking like normal.
Yeah, it would never be on this platform. What's
No.
What's beautiful about this is timeless because this is on the internet and it runs forever. It'll always be there. You know, so
Well,
this is
shit, I
something.
should have taken back half the stuff I said then. No, the one thing with me, and this is to a fault, but if you want to know my advice on something, my take on it,
Right.
I'll tell you. You might not like it,
Right.
but I won't do it maliciously.
Right. Right.
But if you want my feedback, I'm encouraging, but I'm not gonna, you know, if you want a serious critique, you're gonna get it.
Right.
I'm not just gonna tell you, oh no, everything you do is great. You know what I mean? Because it's not. Everything I do isn't great either. I mean, there's stuff I've been doing for years and years and years. I know is tried and true. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, but but the thing is that the people that are just fluttery and lofty, no one ever gets to really know them. And I love the old thing where people on the internet, on Facebook or Instagram, someone's a staunch Republican or someone's a left-wing liberal, and they can't be each other's friend.
Yeah.
It's like
That's.
I want everyone in my circle. I don't want just
Yeah.
staunch Republicans or left wing or in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't agree with me, that's fine. I still love you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But that's the way people are, man. I mean,
I'm not that way. I've been
uh,
unfriended because of that. I mean,
right.
I don't say a lot of stuff. I don't say a lot of opinionated stuff on there. But all I'm saying is, it's like I want, the thing is, when we all come together and we all have different thoughts, that builds us up. It changes.
A miracle happens
it
usually.
teaches us. Yeah, it teaches us.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I get it. I totally get it. I mean, I got my fingers in something today that, I made a simple comment and people that were on my page just blew me up for it. And it's like, they didn't actually read the comment either. They just took what they saw and made up what they thought it said. And so I got a lot of slack for it. And I'm like, guys, you have to read it. You just can't see a couple words and say, oh, but it is what it is. But those are the type of people I say, hey, you don't like what I have to say, unfriend me. Do me the favor, unfriend me. Because there's just times I'm not gonna hold what I have to say.
But as a person, do you want just people on there that believe in you or that believe the same way you do? I don't.
No,
I really don't.
I want different opinions. I want the plethora of everything. It doesn't matter what it is. I want it. And that's why I have almost 5,000 followers on my page. And, every single one of them is different. Every single one of them is important to me because they have an opinion. They have something that, one of my things that I push right now is every single day you need to grow. You need to learn every single day. Learn something you've never learned before. Take that shot. Just step forward and do it.
Be pliable.
Yeah. Yeah. And so what if you didn't like it? At least you tried it. And now you can say, hey, trust me, I got big fucking paws right here. Okay? These hands do not like
meat
to
hooks.
knit. Huh?
They call them meat hooks.
Meat hooks. They don't like to knit. They don't like to do sewing. They don't like, and the older you get, your hands, they make pain and all this other stuff that you don't.
What are you, Susan B. Anthony over there? Making the flag, or who did that?
Yeah. No, hey Johnny, let me show you this. This is what I've been wearing lately.
Oh shit, I can't really see it.
This is. Oh,
put your head down a little bit. Okay.
Only because you know what? We are all important in this world. We all have a role to play. And in most cases, if we just stop for a second, like Mac Davis said, stop and smell the roses. And you need to, because there's so much out there that we're missing. You know what I mean?
You know what I was doing before this? I was smelling the fire. I was out having a fire. I said, shit, I better get in there. I hope I learn how to do this because I'm going to be. And then I turned on my computer and it said this browser is not whatever. So I had to change it all around. Yeah, I had to download Firefox and then that didn't work. So then I went to my other browser, which is Chrome.
Yeah, Chrome is like the leading one.
Chrome is king.
Yeah, Chrome is king. We are one. You just try to find the common ground with folks. Be open. Love Dan Seal songs.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Dan Seal. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Didn't he do I Want to Bop You with You Baby all night long?
I want to bop with you, baby. Hell yeah. Yeah.
That's an old Roost favorite.
The Roost. Like the original Roost. Not not the new stuff. Yeah. God, this has been fun. I've had a blast here tonight. It's funny, having this little outlet, like we were saying, to just talk with people that we've crossed paths so many freaking times, and
you know what? The world is a small place when you start doing this stuff,
Oh yeah.
Really is. And now Facebook, just so everyone knows, like a lot of these social media platforms, you put something out there, people don't see it. So these are a good way to connect with people,
Robert says in Australia, in the words of Ruby Road, I don't want one position, I want all positions. I warned you about Robert. I told you. I warned you.
Ask Robert if he knows who Tommy Emmanuel is.
Tommy Emmanuel, do you know who he is, Robert? Come on, buddy. Robert's into some of the same stuff I am. He's like into Doctor Who. Star Wars. I
That's
can't even think of.
awesome.
Yeah, I can't think of what his actual. He does a lot of work with stones and gems and rocks and
Oh, very cool.
lab.
Tumbling.
No, I don't know if he tumbles, but
No, I mean tumbling the rocks, not.
I get
Yeah.
it. But he's big enough to tumble down a hill. I'm sure he is. Um,
Hey, ask him if he watches Mystery Science Theater.
oh my God, that's an old one. That's an
What
old
about
one.
Battle Beyond the Stars? Ask him if he's ever seen that one.
Jesus. He probably does because he says yes and he knows who you were talking about.
That's
Yes.
old.
Yeah.
We used to go out. This is a funny story. We used to go. My dad
Yes,
would take.
lapidary. Sorry.
My dad would take my sister and I and my youngest brother out to movies every Sunday. It was, and we'd go to the matinee. And we'd always wait for like all these Star Wars to come out or like Back to the Future, just a futuristic movie. And I remember Battle Beyond the Stars. It was a cool. And for a while there, nothing really came out. So there was this caveman movie that came out, and we were young, and we thought, "Wow, this is cool." This guy was like in all this mud all over his face and stuff, and it was a movie called The Quest for Fire. And I was like 15 years old, and my sister wasn't much older than me, and my brother was a lot younger than me. And oh my God, that was like a documentary on what cavemen did. I mean, my dad would go like this, and he'd yawn, and then he'd put his hands over our face and say, "Hey, it's time to go get some popcorn now." When all the good, and of course I was like this.
Oh yeah. Today it's so weird because like, uh, Robert. I think it was Robert and I were just talking about it because we actually like some of the older British shows, like Are You Being
Benny
Served
Hill,
and
Benny Hill.
Benny Hill, Are You Being Served, stuff like that. And back then they were allowed on their networks, TV networks, to say the word pussy. Where in America it was banned; you couldn't say it. And so we were watching some of the old '70s shows of Are You Being Served, and Mrs. Slocum used to say stuff like "Mr. Humphreys, leave my pussy alone," and stuff like that. And we were just dying laughing because it's so weird how things have changed. And like today, you turn on the TV, there are things that you never would have expected to see in the '70s or the '80s or even the '90s. But it's the same with music. Look at the way the music has gone. You hear the word bitch in music a lot. You know, um, I, if you're listening to rap, you're hearing the F word a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things that have changed. Is it for the better? I don't know.
Well, you know what? I mean, I'm not saying it's to the better, but if that's the word they wanted to use, then use it. I
Right.
could turn it off. I
Right.
mean, I don't need to. I
Right.
don't need to listen to it.
Right. And I think I mean, a lot of us back then, we actually listened to a radio, to hear our songs and our little cassette players, the radios with a cassette so you could record your songs or,
The
oh
Ghetto
yeah.
Blaster. I had
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah. 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 I just bought one for
Realistic.
$44 today. Brand new. Yep.
Nice. That's cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it was so cold out last night that my pussy was froze solid. Yeah, I remember that too. That's all Are You Being Served? And that's stuff that was on British TV. It's amazing. But you know what, Johnny? It's been a great night. We have like 10 minutes. If you wanted to sing another song, you could. If you're good to go, you can go.
No. Let me do one more.
You sure? Okay. Oh my God, Robert! I can't believe you brought that up. Casey
What?
Kasem's top 40. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. All you, buddy.
beside your own. I don't care who's right or wrong. All I know is that it's a matter of time. I'm gonna make you mine. I'm bound to win your heart eventually. The way I feel, there ain't no mystery. So for now, I'm just getting by. I'm gonna make you mine. I'm gonna fly like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Take back the promises that I can't keep. Starting all over for the very last time. I'm gonna make you mine. Head over heels, there's a way I fall. Oh baby, you're the answer when I'm cold. So for now, I'm just getting by. I'm gonna make you mine. I'm gonna fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Take back the promises that I can't keep. Starting all over for the very last time. I'm gonna make you mine. All right. I'm gonna fly like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Take back the promises that I can't keep. Starting all over for the very last time. I'm gonna make you mine. I'm gonna fly like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Take back the promises I can't keep. Starting all over for the very last time. I'm gonna make you mine. Gonna make you mine. I'm gonna make you mine. Ooh.
Hey. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
Guys, go over and check out Band of One, Johnny Bauer on Instagram. Go over, send him a like or hit him up, check him out. And
Come on, these people aren't on Instagram. They're on Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah. So go check out Johnny Bauer on Facebook. Go find it. He's out there. Just put his name in there. You'll find him. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll actually put the freaking thing in there. If I can find that real quick. And
well, we hope we didn't bore you too much. I know we got talking, and it's awesome being able to talk to people that you've known all these years.
Mm-hmm.
How many years has it been? 30?
Shh. Stop it.
I was like 18. Yeah, that's 30 years, buddy.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Been a long, long time. How many freaking pages do you have? No, I'm just kidding.
Too many.
Yeah. I found his page. I'm going to put the link. It's underneath Johnny. It says Johnny.Bauer.90. If you want to look him up. I'm actually going to copy it here and we're going to throw it on the thing here. Hold on. Da-da-da-da.
Was that a McDonald's thing you were saying?
I was just like, I can't believe you just did that.
Wait a minute. I got to tell you something. True confession. So I went to McDonald's yesterday, right? I didn't say this on Facebook. I didn't tell anyone else this, but so I wanted to get a quick sundae, Wanted to go. So I go up to the drive-thru. I go, "Can I get a caramel sundae, please?" They're like, all we have is plain Sundays. I said, well, what the hell's a plain Sunday? They go, just a cup and ice cream.
Oh, no
I
toppings?
said, okay, well, give me it in a cone then. They're like, we don't have cones. That's not like whatever you call it. You know, like a necessary thing to have. So I'm like, just give me a chocolate milkshake.
Oh my God!
Can you believe that?
Yeah, well, they stopped
gonna-
doing like the breakfast sandwiches after 9 o'clock. Like you can only get it up to 9 o'clock now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but they're still doing the McFlurries, and I can't believe we're talking about McDonald's, Johnny.
Well,
That's my
anyway,
fault.
I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny though that they're gonna give you a Sunday with nothing in it.
Yeah, and that's not a Sunday. That's just ice cream in a cup.
It's a Monday. No one
Monday?
wants a Monday.
I don't have to be me till Monday.
And the thing is, it's like chicken wings without the freaking sauce. What the hell good's a chicken wing?
Yeah. Some of you don't understand that because we're in, Buffalo's right down around the corner, an hour away, hour and 10 minutes. Buffalo wings. So, I get it. Good evening, Sharon Phillips. You are like really late. Like we got like 2.5 minutes to the end of the show here. So, I love it because Nick is like, one more song. I don't miss that. At all. One more song.
If I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me?
Oh my God, that's funny shit. We used to get with the band with Double Cross. We used to get like one more song, free bird. So we used to flip them off, say, "There you go, no charge." Oh, Johnny, really, guys! I put a post on earlier that I was listening to some old shit, and I can't believe I used to sing that song. Yeah. But did you see what Todd wrote? Todd's like, "Yeah, I would have never admitted that."
Oh, Todd who?
Todd
Burger?
Burger. Yeah. Burger.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. I saw Todd do that about 30 years ago, too.
Yeah. Kathy McGraw says McDonald's is having issues all over. How hard is it to get black coffee with 10 sugars? 10 sugars?
Okay,
Really?
yeah, that's the... Would you like some coffee with your sugars, ma'am?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. So we got about a minute and a half here. I just wanted to say thanks again, everybody, for popping in here, watching Talk with Teddy, and our special guest, Johnny Bauer, for being here. Look out for my post because we will have his son on as well. What kind of music is his? What is his music category that it falls into?
It's pop rock,
Pop rock? Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
I mean, it's very, hip hop, pop rock kind of stuff. It's very new.
Cool.
It's a very new style. In fact, it's so freaking new, he has no place to play in his home market.
Well,
no one will take a chance on it.
We're gonna give him an outlet. So, Nick says, please bring Johnny back. If he wants to come back, he's welcome.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it.
Anytime. Let's see. Everybody wants a Friday, not a Monday or a Sunday. That's true. But just awesome, man.
Actually, I want a Sunday or Saturday.
You want a Saturday?
Saturday's my favorite.
There you go.
Night of the week,
It's closing time. One last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskeys or beer and get the out.
Closing time. One last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer.
There you go. Yeah. Multi-talented, folks. That's what you heard tonight. Mr. Johnny Bauer. The friend. He had to mention 30 years of knowing each other. Shameful that he did that, but, 30 years. God, we're old. God, I feel so old. But, hey, have you found, like, pain that you never experienced before or you didn't know existed in certain places of your body yet?
No.
What?
Only the arthritis.
Yeah, yeah. And the freaking hair that grows in your ears, and oh God, I'm not looking forward to looking like Captain Caveman. I'm really not.
Too late. Hey, everyone looks like Captain Caveman right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's like, well, I do shave my own head, so I don't have to worry about it, and so do you. So
Actually, I haven't in a while.
Oh,
I've got
yeah.
that.
There you go. There you go. All right, well, we're gonna get out of here, Johnny. Thank you again for being a
Thanks,
part of Talk
Ted.
with Teddy. I mean, you're welcome back anytime. People seem to love you in the chat, which is great, and it's been an awesome time having you here. I'm so glad you decided to come.
You too, man.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
All right. Well, you take care of yourself, guys. Real quick, I want to talk to you about something cool that's happening next summer, in June. Talk with Teddy is going to Ireland. We are going to do a show over in Ireland. We are going to um, basically put it out there for anybody that wants to go with us can. We've actually hooked up with Mysterious Adventures. Let me see if I can find the little tag here. Right there. Mysterious Adventures Tours at gmail.com. Send them an email. Tell them you want to go with Talk with Teddy to Ireland. They will send you the information. Everything is dirt cheap right now. You can get an airplane ticket, the cheapest it's been in like 40 years. It's amazing how cheap it is. The trip to Ireland, they are actually doing installment plans, so it's not like you have to have all the money up front. We're going over to, they're calling it the Quiet Man's Journey. That's because I was a big John Wayne fan, and The Quiet Man was one of my all-time favorite movies with him that he actually did in Ireland. He filmed in Ireland with Maureen O'Hara, and we're actually going to those locations. So I'm inviting you guys to join us there. So please send a little email and check out Mysterious Adventures Tours at gmail.com. And their website is mysterious. Yeah, Kim goes fumble over this. MysteriousAdventurestours.com. So check it out. Tell them you want to go to Ireland in 2021, and they'll get you all that information. It's going to be a fun trip. Pubs, Irish concerts, festivals, because we're going in June, so it's the summer solstice. We're going to visit some locations that are older than the pyramids by 500 years, which is amazing. Wow. So if you like history and you want to see something amazing, you'll want to go. So, all right, mister. I don't know what else to say. It's been an amazing night, and I appreciate it. So
Definitely, man. I really appreciate it too.
Hey, not a problem. So, guys, tomorrow night, I have. Wait a minute. What's today? Today's Friday, right? Yeah. Today's. God, I'm lost. Tomorrow night, Saturday. Oh, I don't even have it on here. So, tomorrow night we're talking. Get ready for this. Tomorrow night we are talking to a gentleman in the UK, and we are talking UFOs in the UK tomorrow night. So that'll be a little strange because I don't talk UFOs very often. So, but that'll be fun. And then Sunday night, guys, we're going to be talking with Tom from Tom's World. It says here, join me as I explore the world, starting from my own hometown in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And you guys can come and check that out. Also, Tuesday, because Monday night is Parrot Talk Radio. Monday night, we will be coming back with another artist. She is from Nashville. Well, she's actually originally from this area, Buffalo, I think. She now lives in Nashville. She is working on her first album. I think she's got a single or something right now. We'll find out more come Tuesday. So come check that out as well. And it's just going to be a fun time, guys. So I really appreciate it. All right, anything else you got to say, Johnny, before I end us?
No, just thanks a lot, Ted, and I wish you a lot of luck with your endeavors.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this. This is something that is going to reach far for people. Like myself. Connecting with people that we didn't have in our in our circle before.
It's always going to be here, man. The internet's always going to be there in some way, shape, or form, and it's kind of like, who said it? I think it was Kenny Biddle, who I was just on his show. He was saying that the internet is timeless. It's one of those things that 100 years from now, they're going to say, hey, and these streams are still going to be out there somewhere. So people will learn. It's going to be where all of our history is going to be saved, is on this. So Mr. Johnny Bauer will be heard from 200 years from now.
When I'm dead and gone.
That's live. Oh my God. It was such a blast. We'll have to do this again. We'll have to get a few of you guys on here. I've been trying to get my band on here to do something. So
that'd be very cool.
Yeah. Well, I can't say my band. The guys that I played with, the guys that are still around, but
wait,
they're all doing different.
Wait, the guys you played with or the band?
The smart ass. The guys in the band. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, but
that'll be another show.
That's definitely another show. All right, guys, have a great night. We're going to get out of here. I've only said that 3 times now, but I mean it. So when I say bye, I mean see ya.
Thank you and my guests for joining me here on Talk with Teddy. Tune in tomorrow night when we get to do this all over again. Be safe and look out for one another. Don't forget that Talk with Teddy is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, so please go and subscribe. Thank you.